How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the week. So here it comes. What's a really sad strawberry called? A blueberry. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. I want to make sure you guys are prepared going into Monday. But before we get started, I have to say a few things here. On the Friday, we saw it pull back to $7.75. And for many, they knew already from watching my videos, this is consideration for a buying opportunity. Many of you took advantage of this and you're seeing some green right now. Many were being patient, waiting on the sidelines, and also many were looking to average down. So this is why I say, watching these videos, doing your homework, and doing your due diligence, you could take advantage of these deals, especially with how the market conditions have been with the Trump stocks changing everything. A lot of stocks being impacted by it. But I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. This is key. So we have a strategy going into Monday and as well as for the rest of the week. And there's been a lot of volatility and I do see some opportunities here. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. The reason why this is important with the short interest is does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what the behavior was like in regards to selling and buying on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts and going over some more details as well. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $8.32, being down 1.65%. On the low, it tested $7.75, and then on the high, testing $8.39. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 21.472 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days, being at 36.622 million shares. So we did end up having below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some pressure on the stock and also due to the fact that other Trump stocks seeing a lot of momentum. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it's right at 53.54. And when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, it's great to see that we continue to have strength above all of them, which is the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. On the Friday, as far as the low is concerned, yes, we did end up testing $7.75, and this is the deal. This is a steal right here. And of course, the reason why this happened, because of the other Trump stocks, what's been happening inside of the market. So when you see this particular type of a move from OCGN, this is where you take advantage, whether you want to buy shares or you want to go in with options. I do see a lot of upside, and that's exactly what we got. We ended up reaching a high of $8.39 before actually closing at $8.32. So going in on the Monday, what I want to look for, can we hold up the $8 level on the morning dip? So that's what I'm going to look forward to. I feel like if we're able to do this, then we should be able to pass this $8.39 level and then make that move going up to around here, around $8.76. And then of course, I want to see that push going to the $9 range. We also do know we're going to be getting an update from who this week, hopefully. You know, I got to put that word out there. So this can definitely bring some anticipation and FOMO into the play. So areas keep an eye on are the ones that I just talked about. As far as a pullback is concerned, like I said, I want to see OCGN hold up 8. But again, if we end up testing 775 again, I want to see strength off of that 200-day. That is the most preferable situation, and then look for that bounce. So let's see how OCGN performs going in on Monday. Institutional ownership and short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we could see here as of late, the most recent filing being at Patriot Investment Management, closing out their position. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, we can see the dark pool short volume ratio is at 46.89%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 5 million shares. Scrolling down further, the short shares availability is at 400,000, updated 25 minutes ago, and then for the short ball free rate, it is at 1.93%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close October 21st, which was last week Thursday, was at 57, and then for October the 22nd, which was the Friday that just passed, it is at 46.89. So it did go down quite a bit, and I'm not shocked about that because of that pullback, right? Let's be honest here. Short said, oh, you know what? I've already made a good amount of money on that downside. I'm going to be taking some profits and so on because this looks like that's where the bottom is at. Now, as far as going into Monday, there's going to be a lot of volatility, and if it does decide to pull back even further, I can see shorts looking to cover more of their positions, especially if we have some sort of an update from WHO for the week that is coming. But continue to keep this play on your watch list. Now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we could see here on the inflow, it was 36.20, and then on the outflow, it was 30.64. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, we had 0. On the medium, we had 21.35, and then on the small, we had 14.85. When we take a look at what happened on the outflow side, 0 on the large as well. On the medium, it was 21.08, and then on the small, it was 9.56. And keep in mind, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see zeros down the board for Friday. We also saw it on the Thursday, the Wednesday, and as well as the Tuesday. So when we go further, taking a look at the data, there was a lot of buying happening on the retail side when we see those small scale orders. And we also did see a surplus on the medium side, but it was fairly close to what we had in outflows. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention as well while we're on the screen, you can see as far as for the turnover, it was only at 10.80%. So yes, we did have people who were selling out, but we still had a good majority that were holding on to their shares and are also looking forward to the catalyst that we're hoping to get for the coming week. So what you want to know, there's going to continue to be volatility inside of this play. And as long as we see momentum running through those Trump stocks, if you see a pullback, you see that opportunity, then by all means, after doing your homework and doing your due diligence, of course, that might be the right opportunity to push that buy button. But of course, this is not financial advice. So you know what? Let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, what I want to see going into Monday, I want to see us hold up $8 as an area of support, especially if we end up getting a morning dip. I feel like if it's able to do this, then I'm looking forward to seeing a move going to that $9 level. We know this is going to be a psychological area, a resistance area. Many are going to be looking to take profits at this area, but do know we have anticipation in regards to, are we going to be getting an update on October the 26th? So this is why you want to keep an eye on this play if you're just going to be trading it. Of course, I am holding shares and as well as options, so I'm going to be looking forward to see at least 100% gain on those contracts, and then I'm going to be looking to sell half of them and then seeing what happens if we end up getting any kind of announcement and so forth. That's just my personal strategy. You don't even need to follow that. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, we could see as far as for the short volume ratio, it did decrease quite a bit. I'm not surprised knowing that it pulled back quite a bit. I know that many shorts are like, you know what, this does look like it is the bottom for now for OCGN. Let me start covering on the position. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if many of them were getting in at higher levels, and taking advantage of that pullback is not a bad idea, especially if you do see some strength at that support when it got down to $7.75. So I'm going to continue to keep an eye on the volume. The volume wasn't that high whatsoever, and there wasn't like a crazy amount of selling either when we were taking a look at the turnover ratio, but we did see there's a lot of demand on the retail side because they were buying up a lot of shares. So again, I'm going to continue to be patient. I'm going to be following my game plan all the way through. You can let me know inside of the comment section what your strategy is going to be, but one thing that I want to make clear here, there's a lot of volatility inside of this play, so this is why you want to make sure you're doing your homework and you're doing your due diligence, and I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. You shouldn't be panicking or you shouldn't be stressed out when you just buy a stock, because if you are putting yourself in that position, that just means you didn't prepare yourself, and I feel like that is the wrong way to go about making money in the stock market, because you're not going to see much success if you don't have confidence in the plays that you're in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.